If someone wanted to learn as much as possible about all of your products and or services, have you created enough educational content for them to do so? And if you have, is it easy to find that content on your website? These are some great questions that can all be answered simply by having a learning center on your website. And here to tell us about learning centers is Impact's web strategist, Naren Guha. How's it going, Naren?
I'm good, Austin. How about yourself, man?
Doing great. We have some questions for you about learning centers. You help clients all the time set up their learning centers, get them optimized. Can you tell us a little bit about what a learning center is and why it's important that you have one?
Yeah, so a learning center is an easy to use, filterable collection of your website's most important or best content for your buyer's journey. So educating that user, making the solutions or the content that you're creating easy to find for each specific problem that user may have. So the goal is for that content to really guide your users and educate them along that buyer's journey with that candid, useful content that you're creating with the They Ask You Answer, Big Five, Selling Seven, stuff like that. And it can help in a lot of ways. So in that, initial phase where they're kind of researching a solution to the problem, all the way through the sales process, you can house your, assignment selling stuff in the learning center. You can do all kinds of things with it. It's a really flexible platform that you can use in a lot of different ways. And it's really focused on that educational aspect.
Oh, that's awesome. So it sounds like depending on what the needs are for your business, you can set it up in a way that works best for your content and what you have.
Yeah, definitely. So there's, again, going back to the ease of use and having things as easy to find as possible, it can be used with, filterable. So different, filter groups with, sub filters in there, or you can have them searchable or whatever makes sense for your content, whatever platform you're using. Just keep in mind, it needs to be very, very easy to find the content that they're looking for.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you're working with clients all the time. What's a situation where you've seen a client's website not have a learning center? You help them create this learning center and you've seen success.
Yeah, so there's kind of different ways to think about the learning center with that, because you have to have that content in order to have a useful, business driving learning center. So it's not necessarily about the learning center itself. It's about having that quality They Ask You Answer content that can truly be helpful for your users. And then once you have that foundation, building out the learning center simply enables your users to access that more quickly, essentially. So it's hard to put an exact, number on it or a specific use case to the specific question, but it's allowing our users to find the information that they're looking for faster, and it's educating them and getting them into that sales funnel faster.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned having educational content in there. What type of content? Is it mostly like blog articles, or what type of content goes in that learning center?
Yeah, so it can be anything. Typically, it does start with the blog articles. It can be, videos that are educating your users on your products or services or comparisons or whatever it may be. You can also have like your lead generating assets in there. So if you have any ebooks or guides or checklists or, anything that's relevant to a user in that buyer's journey, all of that lives in the learning center. Again, just to give the user that one place to kind of go to and find exactly what they're looking for, exactly when they need it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to have it all in one place. So you're not sending that user hunting around your website where you may have it on separate pages, but just kind of creates one condensed place where they can learn anything they need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's also worth noting what should not go in a learning center. So the content that goes in the learning center, like I said, is educating your user, it's helping them, it's guiding them along their buyer's journey. So we don't want to include articles like, meet our newest team member, or look at this fundraiser we did, or, stuff like that. You want to keep the content in your learning center very focused to that buyer's journey.
I like that. I didn't even think about that, of what would not go well in there. Thanks for adding that in. If somebody hears this and is excited and they're like, wow, I want to start on my learning center today, what is the one thing they can do right now to get started on that journey?
Content is 100% the foundation of your learning center. And you don't necessarily need a specific learning center to really hit the ground running with this. It's all about your content. Then once you have that foundation, you have your assets, you're covering the ground that you need to cover for whatever product or service you're offering, then you can start looking into creating that user experience where it's filterable, it's searchable, it's easy to navigate, it's fun to use, it's something that someone may spend some time on to learn about, foundation repair or roofing repair, whatever it may be, just kind of clicking through the user interface and the experience. So creating that experience is really, really important. Again, just that ease of use, getting the information that they are interested in seeing in front of them as quickly as possible.
So it sounds like you don't need to be super technically savvy to get started, because you're just creating that wealth of content that then will become your learning center. And then at that point, that's when you can pull somebody in to really help you get that set up on your website, if that's not something you know how to do. Does that sound right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so the web team here at Impact, we've done hundreds of these learning centers by now. And it's not something that's, crazy expensive or something that's going to take a long time. We're talking like a few weeks, $5,000, and we help you build and strategize. The specific part of that is strategizing how you're going to create those filters and make the user experience the best that it can be, right? So that's really the next step is, you have that foundational content. Now let's create the user experience to really help people find what they're looking for.
Awesome. I love that. Well, thanks, Naren, and thanks for sharing all your knowledge with us today, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Thanks, Austin.
Need help with your website and web strategy? Contact us at impactplus.com today to start working with a web strategist just like Naren.